What's up, real world climbers? Welcome back to another video. We're back in Minnesota. We got our buddy Cheng. You've seen him in some previous videos. Tonight we're going to be checking out Cheng's home wall. Yeah, and it's really cold out here, so we're going to make this quick and dirty of his home wall. But one thing I'm excited about seeing with his home wall is he took a space limitation and ran with it and made a really sweet home wall out of this. So we're actually in like an apartment style, condo style garage. So it's not attached to his building, and there's just the one entrance, and it looks pretty deep. Yeah, you'll see. It's just limited heights, and I'll let Cheng talk about the specs on it all as well. Let's go check it out.
Okay, yeah, let's go in. Slightly cramped, but that's understandable. Watch out for the ice. You step in first, and then I'll close the garage door.
Yeah. Oop,
I
yeah.
know.
And this is Skylar. He also helped build this thing.
Bro, it was arduous, 3 days?
Was it 3?
You built it in 3 days. That's pretty intense.
Could have been 4. Yeah, so basically, it's a moon board on the side that's been turned on the side. So it's 12 by 8, or in this case, 8 foot tall by 12 foot long. And then for mats, it's just 3 pads. Funnily enough, the 3 pads actually don't cover the entirety of it. Therefore, if you want to climb in a certain area, you just shimmy the pads over it, which totally works.
Yeah.
And then when you go climb outdoors, you take the pads and we go out just like that.
So it's a freestanding board, right?
It's kind of semi-mounted to the walls to make it a little bit more sturdy, but it'll work completely fine if it's freestanding.
Yeah. So you got this lean-to build over here on this side, and yeah, attached to the back wall. And it looks like you guys used 2x6 for your studs.
For extra sturdiness.
Yeah.
Because it's not like extra expensive to get the 2x6 compared to 2x4s. So I would say the 2x6 is a better choice for more long term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was hard to get around the garage door opener.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was a specific design too. If they had to work with the garage door opener, they had to do it in a specific angle. Did that help decide your angle?
Not so much the angle, just like how far we had
The
to push it
length,
back.
yeah. We barely made it. It has like a 40-degree hang, so it's really nice. And if you look at all the holes, they're not like super big by any means. And that's because I purposefully made it so that a bunch of it is crimpy. Just because home wall, you can adjust it however you like. And a lot of the jugs are more on the top and to the side, along with like a lot of the other pinches.
Okay, so let's talk about a few things. You had mentioned holds.
Yes.
And so you're being quite strategic with the holds that you're choosing. It's a home wall. You're using it for a specific purpose. Can you kind of talk about, like you said, small holds, they don't take up a big footprint, but there's training specific things for you.
Yeah. Third time I reset it, and I specifically wanted to set it this time to train crimps and Gaston moves. So every single boat hole, more or less, kind of has a vertical crimp. Like vertical. Not vertical, but that's all right. Vertical crimp. All the crimps are kind of decent, but they're never too good. It has some really heinous crimps that I can't even hold yet properly. There's a few of those. But then between every set of 4 holes, right? Like vertical, I'll have a hole in the center at a different angle. And that's where I get a lot of my Gastoning work going in. And you'll also notice like the top is, the board is actually kind of symmetrical in that way. Otherwise I get a little bit OCD. But the top is set so that I can do bigger shoulder moves and work on it depending on the climb I'm doing or how strong I'm getting.
I like how you did a couple little finished jugs at the top here as well, these rails.
Oh yeah, these are great. These are freaking great.
You're like, I'm desperate. Give me something great.
Yeah, those are great. Those
That's
are
cool.
a great touch.
So, Cheng, like you climb in the regular gyms all the time. You're really well known for that. So what made you decide to build a home wall in addition to your gym climbing?
Well, I actually built it for Skylar because I was leaving Tennessee and then came back. But the thing I like about the home wall is, first off, it's easy to have a project that you're coming back to 24/7. I find it 10 times easier to actually try hard on the home wall setup because there's no one around. It's easier to get into the zone. So I always try a little bit harder while climbing here, and it's easier to stay focused, at least for me, right? Like, I do like climbing people. There's nothing wrong with climbing people. But when I climb by myself, it's really nice. I just get into the zone, put on some music, and I get into it. It does kind of get a little bit boring periodically. However, the important thing here is having a project that's really close to the house that you can return to over and over again and test yourself against. And in that way, I managed to make really good progress with my finger strength.
Yeah, the convenience, the location, access.
Yeah. Again, and it's not like it doesn't need to be like super big or not, right? Because I'll create climbs here. I'll do like a V7 or V8 going that direction. And then I'll create a different climb coming back here to create longer climbs.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So with your board not being extremely high, to get any kind of endurance, you have to do the traverses, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's built for endurance for you, or is it primarily like a strength tool, like limit bouldering?
I also find it this little bit more of an endurance thing. Because for me, when I create climbs, I'll typically always start all the way left and then go right, or all the way right, then I'll come left. So I always get in a couple moves in. Like on a kilter, you might do like a 4-move boulder going up. Here, I could do a 4-move boulder coming here. So it's the same number of moves. A little bit smaller, but the holds are worse. So then you get the compensation for it. And also, like, my footholds are way worse than other boards' footholds.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really good just for like working on footwork and attention. Because after climbing like these really small bad footholds, once you go onto like a kilter or a tension board, and you're like, wow, these are jugs.
Yeah.
These are incredible. And then you just get that on doesn't have to be this board, but on like just a home board where you just make the footholds really bad. And I find that's really nice just for like experiencing a different type of foothold feel.
Okay, so when did you build the board? How long have you had it?
2 years ago? Yeah, I think it was built 2 years ago. So I had it about 2 years. Give or take about 3-4-ish days to make. A lot of trips. I think like one of the most important things is like make sure your setup is nice to climb in and looks good. Like I think this is decent. It could be better, but it's come a long way from where it started. And like when I was really into climbing on this, I really liked it and enjoyed it. It was super fun. And the fact that it tends to like cost cost going to the gym wise over the course of a year, like it'll pay for itself in that way. So I do think if you like climbing but you can't climb, I would say get a spray wall. It's very effective.
Absolutely. So do you guys have any more insight onto like your space limitations? Like what contributed to your design?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be at 40 degrees. Otherwise, you're not getting any height on it. But that does make it hard for like newer climbers to have a spray wall, because if it's at 40 degrees, and you have to have a bunch of jugs. So like if you're only a V2, V3 climber, you got to get a bunch of jugs for it, and because you're not going to be used to the angle.
Yeah.
It's also like I find it kind of hard to actually warm up properly on this board. Like even though I could climb pretty hard things, I still find it difficult to warm up on the board, even if it was filled with jugs.
Yeah.
Just warming up on 40 is hard. And like one of the main things is like originally we kind of wanted to do it this way, coming out this way.
Right.
But then, we found out we could actually do it this way.
Because you'd maybe only get 8 feet of width here,
or like,
and you'd still have to be at 40 degrees.
Like 8 or 10 feet this way.
Maybe you could get to 35 degrees.
Yeah, it's 8-10 feet that way. Yes.
Yeah.
But then this way, it just worked out really well.
Sounds like you built it outside, and then you had to totally construct it and then slide it in.
Yes, we built it outside, everything individually. Obviously, we didn't put these on right away.
Right.
I think we started with the triangles. Whatever these are called, the triangles. We pushed them in, and then we slid the frame in, or a frame followed by triangle, and then one of us was holding it, the other one screwed it in. And we also it's elevated off the ground by 2 inches or something. Yeah, and all that does is it'll keep the bottom frame foundation a little bit cleaner in case it gets wet, because sometimes it does rain heavy.
That is, every wall I build, I make sure to do that now.
Yes. Yeah,
you don't want any rotting or anything like that.
So just an inch off the ground is great.
So now that you've done it, you've climbed on it and things like that, are there any things you would do differently in design or build or anything like that?
No. The only difference is it would be done more efficiently. We messed up on the framing a little bit, so it's has an extra 2x6 on the end, but that's about it. Just makes it more sturdy at the end of the day. But no, there's not too much difference, because all it is just the panels, 4x8 panels they give you. You make a giant rectangle. No difference. I like the 2x6 way more than 2x4s. That's for sure. 100%.
How about favorite holds on the wall?
I thought you never asked. Come here. Let me show you my favorite holds. So right here, right now, this one It's my favorite hole. Now it's not my favorite hole, but it's my favorite because this is where my project is on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a small crimp flat. It's not symmetrical, so you really got to bear down. And it's also kind of like a pinch, pretty horrendous type of hole that just really forces you to bear down on it. And if you don't have the proper finger strength, it's just never gonna fly.
Yeah.
Really like those. But I also really like these really sharp, tiny end cut crimps right here. I have a few of them. I believe, I could be wrong. I believe these are actually just footholds that I repurposed into handholds.
Yep.
But they're like so freaking good. So I really like this whole little series of foothold handhold things because they're just really sharp and cut. This is actually where I built most of my finger strength on, is using these smaller holds right here that like not completely symmetrical. So one side's always slightly bigger than the other. Really good for that 3-finger fold crimping type of prowess. Enjoyed it. And
The big pinch. The big pinch is the best. You can't find these like huge pinches that cover your whole hand anywhere else. Like
Yeah.
at the gym, they don't have them.
yeah, they don't. This is such a good proper pinch that's like big, fat, that like nobody has a pinch this good. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, okay, so I love Escape. So usually I'm not a big fan of big holds, but that's like big, but not over big that it
Yeah.
takes up so many T-nuts. So that's actually like right in a sweet spot of like a nice big kind of feature type hold, but that also doesn't like cramp the rest of your T-nuts. I like that.
Yeah, it's like
It's just nice because you can just like crank on it too and treat it like a sloper, or you can pinch it. So it like depends on the problem.
Yeah. Do you ever do like house rules on your problems, like no thumb catches and stuff like that?
no. We have the basic no match or yes match,
Okay, no match.
but no like there's some wood holds on it. I don't care. You can make it. Put your feet on. Does not bother me one
A
bit.
lot of these are custom made too. The
Yeah.
wood holds.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Simple,
Yeah,
but
nothing special.
simple, but they do the job.
Yep, we made them simple, just end cut crimps, or not so end cut crimps. No house rules. Oh, except for maybe the fact that if you're climbing and you dab a little bit on the ground, it's okay. Unless it's horrendous. Just because like the wall's so low.
Yeah, if it,
So like a little.
if
that's
it
fine.
didn't help you progress, then you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine.
I like that rule.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then is it any starting feet, anything that's in that lower starting feet, or do you designate starting feet footholds?
We designate.
Nice.
We'll make climbs and designate all the holes that you could use and whatnot.
Yeah.
But again, wow, those holes are great.
Oh, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What do your neighbors think?
Oh, they think it's cool.
Yeah, most of
They think it's cool. Like when it's warmer and I'm climbing or we're climbing and they see, they're like, oh, what is that? Oh, we used to do that. I was like, are you sure? I was like, all right, that's cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, so they like it. It's not like we're super loud or anything about it.
Yeah. All right. So thanks so much for opening up your home wall to real world climbing.
You're welcome.
Cheng and I actually did a video on his channel, so I'll put
check
a
it out.
link down in the description for that one. It was a lot of fun, and I feel like we'll have some more partnerships here coming in the future. Cheng, why don't you tell everybody like what you're all about and what you
My
do?
name's Cheng. Occasionally I climb. I make climbing content. You should go subscribe if you like climbing. It's pretty good.
It's very good.
myself.
Very good. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to his channel if you aren't already. And thanks so much for joining us. And I would love it if you would click the chains on that subscribe button down there. And that way we can see you in future videos.
Peace.